Watch me ride.
Hey everybody, hope you're all doing alright out there. So yeah, this might be quite a shock to some of you and you might be quite saddened by this, but I'm not going anywhere. The reason I'm talking about this is there's quite a lot of YouTubers that have been, they've been going about 10 years now. Big ones, Tom Scott, Matt Papp, they're all sort of saying goodbye to YouTube at the same time. And they're all quoting the same sorts of things like, I've been doing this for 10 years, it's been a third of my life, or just, a big proportion of my life I haven't stopped, I haven't had a break in this much time, I don't get as much sleep as maybe I should, and it's this constant workload, and blah, 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 okay? And I appreciate that. I do understand, what goes into making a decent channel. And some videos take a lot more work than others. Some look like they take a lot of work, but they don't. And some don't look like they take a lot of work, but they do. They're all over the place. But the thing that struck me is how sort of just tired and burnt out, and just how they just want to get away from YouTube. Like, I'm done with this. I've done it so much that I just can't deal with that anymore. And it sounds like me when I quit my job as a chef to do YouTube. I've been doing YouTube now since September of 2010. I've been doing this a lot longer than many, not just in the area that I, motovlogging. When I started out, there was like 2 or 3 people in the country. Everyone else is basically new. I've seen people appear, they've grown. They've outgrown me. I see channels now that are bigger than mine in the UK and I don't even know who they are. I mean, when I talk about motorcycle related stuff, and part of that is because I don't really watch a huge lot of motorcycle content because I make it, and I also don't want to be influenced by what anyone else is doing, which is a rule I've always tried to follow. So I can't watch other people's bike reviews because I don't want to hear one thing that they said come out of my mouth with the possibility of it being like a planted thought. Not intentionally planted, but it's just something that's in the back of your head. I don't want that. And if anyone says, oh, you're trying to copy this or that, I don't even watch these people, so how could I possibly be doing that? Also, probably started doing it before them. As I say, I've been doing it for this entire time. I haven't had a break, really, other than, a few weeks here and there occasion when things have happened. I've had major crashes. I've worked non-stop the whole entire time. I do not have a team of people to help me with anything. I am every single job role that is required to run a business, to be a YouTuber, to write, research, film, merch designing, acquisition, everything you can possibly think of I've had to do in the past 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. I've had to learn how to run a business, how the accounts work and all of that stuff. When I started out, I never intended to be doing this for my job. And I even said back then, I don't ever want to do this as a job, because I didn't think that was an option. And at the time, the way that YouTube worked, it really wasn't. And there was the heyday of YouTube, 2015, 2016, when everything was going great guns. It seemed so hopeful about what the future of YouTube would be. And I have to say, I'm very sad to find that YouTube is not the place it used to be. It doesn't have the same, the audience don't seem to have the same mentality. They don't have the same sort of supportiveness. They don't have the same community. I remember back in the day, you'd put a video up and everyone would start commenting on it, and people would be chatting in the comments, and there was a group of people who used to like make a cup of tea and then chat in the comments while they're watching the video. There was like loads of stuff like that that was fun, and that sort of community sense has just gone. And now I know that also comes with the fact that as the channel gets bigger, it can't be the same sort of tight community that it used to be. But I didn't expect it to fall entirely off the map. But then part of that, I think, is because now my community mostly resides in Patreon and my Discord. Now, this is not intended, and I don't want it to sound like a woe is me or I'm jealous of them. I'm envious of the success that they got through the platform. I don't feel like necessarily your success on this platform is down, and it is down to your content, but it's also down to an amount of luck. And you get luck at times and you don't at others. And, having an older channel is harder these days, especially if you're not trying to create very clicky content and stuff like that. It's just interesting to see sort of the level of effort that people think that they've put in, and how they comment about it, and the achievement that they've done in all these years of making all these videos. And yet there's loads of YouTubers out there like me who've been doing the same thing. As I say, I've been uploading videos for since September of 2010. I've created over 2,200 videos And I've tried to make them as good quality and not, you know, clickbait. I've actually tried to make good videos, and that is actually detrimental, because if you don't go down the clickbait route, you're going to always lag behind. But it's just interesting to see that no one would consider what I've done anywhere close to that level of achievement, because it hasn't gained the same success. And that's an interesting thought. You know, if two painters paint paintings and they're both as good as each other, but one of them gets seen more and the other one doesn't, is the one that doesn't get seen worth less? Well, of course it is, it's less famous, but is it a less good work? No. And that's how I'm happy doing what I do. I know I'm not going to get major success on YouTube. I think it's just interesting to see how people rate effort differently depending on how successful that effort became. Because even if you put a little bit of effort in and get a huge amount of success, people are like, well, you got it easy. And if you put in lots of effort and don't get a huge amount of success, people say you're shit. So, where'd you win on this one? Now again, I'll make this entirely clear here, because I say the same a lot. Like when I share comments of silly comments I get from people, and people go, oh, you shouldn't listen to them, why are you letting this upset you? I'm not upset in the slightest. I've been doing this for 12 years, I've been doing this since the platform was a bloody thing almost. I am not new here. It's just funny when I see things and the way that things have changed. Can you move? It's also interesting to see how success gains success, you know. It's almost like some people get very, I'm not saying anyone's not a good creator here, to be clear. It's almost like some people get really well known because they are really well known. And it's how do you get through those few little jumps to get so well known that you'll keep picking up people. And normally, it's a viral video. That's one of the things that helps channels get big, is having a few viral videos. I've never had one, ever. 2,200 videos. My most viewed videos got about under 700,000 views, I believe. And that's, in a way, a good thing, because it's meant I've never had this very short bell curve growth in my channel, which ends up dying off. I've just slowly grown over time. I have more subscribers now than I've ever had, and tomorrow I'll have more than I had the day before. In fact, recently I did hit 110,000 subscribers, and I know a lot of people were saying that was the proper number I should have celebrated, but 100,000 was pretty monumental. Okay. This is going to take a while, so let's take a different route. So yeah, as I say, I'm not upset, I'm not jealous, I'm envious. You know, who wouldn't like to be a bit better off? Or, you know, have more people see what you put passion into creating. But I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm genuinely very happy about YouTube, and I just wish I had more to do and more time to create more stuff and have more opportunities to do more things. But unfortunately, I just make the best videos I can with what I've got. As I say, let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.